My name is Dennis Johnson. I work for Alderson Enterprises. I'm the Appearance Center Manager. We are a luxury car store, Cadillac, BMW, Lexus, Mercedes. Family-owned business, been here for about 65 years. I've worked for the dealership for 25 years, 24 years. Started in service, moved over to the appearance side, and I've even owned a car wash or two in the last 20 years. So I've got about 30 years dealership experience, 24 years here. We're a family-owned luxury car store. We've been in the same building here since day one. Just keep expanding. Third generation dealer now. I visited NADA show and looked at several different manufacturers and brands, and I just thought for the dollar amount and the kind of job and the service I could get, that a DNS machine and IQ was the way to go. I really liked the machine, the simplicity of the machine. There wasn't that many moving parts, moving bearings in the water and stuff like there was in some of the other more bulky or bigger machines. I was looking for a wash that didn't have a midder curtain because I definitely wanted a top brush that came down the back window, worked all the way down to the front of the car. That was another thing that sold me on the IQ, was the quality of the wash that it did. And I went to St. Louis and visited the factory and looked at the car wash up there. And I really liked the job it did, so that's why. You know, I could have bought anything, a dealer. I mean, I could have bought several different manufacturers, and I went with this one because it fit our profile. We're kind of spread out here, and we have a service facility. Our Cadillac, BMW, Lexus is a block down the street, so I actually have a series of valets that drive the cars over, pull the cars in the wash, vacuum them, walk to the other end of the wash, get a car that's just come out dry and finished, and take it back to the appropriate service drive. So there's always a series of valets moving cars, and one pretty much stays here, not as an attendant, but he pulls the car out, make sure it gets wiped down and everything. Good. We wash every service customer's car. If you bring a car in for an oil change or it's an engine overhaul or whatever, we wash your car. Like I say, every customer's car gets washed. You know, when we're a Highline store, Cadillac, BMW, Lexus, Mercedes-Benz.
Okay.
And then we have a huge pre-owned facility also. We sell over 100 pre-owned cars. He'll bring a repair order.
Okay.
And that's written up in service. They've done the say if it's a pre-owned car, they've done the service history on the car, or if it's a new car, they do a PDI, a pre-delivery inspection. They do that. Brings a repair order to me, then I dispatch to one of my technicians. They wash the car, detail the car, you know, and then they bring it in. And when they bring it in, and we do any paint touch-up if it's a pre-owned car, or butler into the lot.
Okay.
New cars, we bring them in, pull the plastic off of them, run them through the IQ, come bring them in, vacuum the interiors, and then run them through the polisher and then take them to the lot. And then there's when we do what we call a retouch or touch-up when the car's sold, you, Mr. Consumer, come in and buy a car, salesman bring a car and say, I just sold this car, it needs to look to, we freshen it all up. We wash every service customer's car. So yes, we do use it here in the Appearance Center to wash our cars and prep our cars, but it also washes every customer's car when they come in for service. So when they pick their car up after it's been serviced here, it has a fresh outside wash, not fresh vacuum. We're kind of out here on an island, Lubbock, we're 350 miles away from Dallas, San Antonio, or whatever. If I bought a competitor's machine and their closest service guy was in Dallas, I'd been down for a day or two or three. And with the IQ, I've not had that problem at all. If I have had a problem, it's been able to be serviced that day and fixed that day. I've not lost any downtime. As far as I know, the IQ is the only one, when it has a problem, when it doesn't scan a car or if there is an error, it immediately sends me and the local distributor my call and email, and we know what the problem is right then. And it's such a simple machine, my valets can go inside the equipment room, reset the machine, and it starts right back up, it rehomes itself, and we're right back to washing cars. It's not down. We don't have to wait anybody. And if there is a problem, Mike gets the email, and a lot of times he can fix it. If it's a program error, he can fix it before I ever know the machine's down. He's already got it fixed and it's done. We spent $1.5 million on this facility, and we took an existing block building, took it back to bare walls and remodeled it all. And purchasing the car wash was a big deal because I went to the dealer and said, "This is the car wash I want," and he said, "Okay, that's what we're going to buy." And I really felt like it was the car wash that we needed, and it has serviced us well. When we started, we really didn't have a budget. We kind of did, but we really didn't, because we didn't know what we were going to get into. And there was some issues with remodeling and the roof, so we blew the budget out of the way immediately. But I knew I wanted to be somewhere in that $100,000 range, you know. And I looked at machines that were more than that, and I couldn't see where they did any better job of washing the cars. And I looked at some machines that were less than that, and I didn't think they would do the job that I wanted done, or the speed that I wanted done. This machine, Mike came up with some ideas of recycling the RO wastewater and using that water for my wheel blast and rocker blast repair. So I save a whole lot of water that way. And you know, I kind of stuck my neck out on the line for this IQ, and it worked well, and I'm glad that I did. Because, like I said earlier, my dealer virtually would have bought any machine that I said I wanted, and we decided to go with this one, and it's been serviced us real well. But it really does a good job washing the car. It really does what it's supposed to do. And with the way the top brush goes all the way down to the front of the car, reverses direction, goes back, comes down the back window, goes all the way down the rear bumper, reverses direction, and come back. Does a lot better job than the car wash I saw with their emitter curtain or anything in between.